filming.
Hello. Say hello. I'm going to pick 3 cards for you as a message from Bruges using our mirror cards, aren't we? And Sienna, my daughter. And Cece's going to help us pick. Maybe she'll pick the cards actually. This beautiful Christmas tree behind us is huge. So Sienna, what do you pick? She wants to pick. Okay, which one? That one. That's one. That's the nurture card. Okay, so if you pick another one. Pick a card, any card. So she's obsessed with the box, okay? How about I pick? So definitely nurture. Appreciation. And what else? Do you want to pick another? Pick another. Which one? Which one? That one? Maybe that's the one that they sing. Joy. Isn't that the song that's playing? Joy to the world.
It is.
It's a message. So there you go. Thank you, Sienna. So I will interpret those messages for you later. Nurture. There you go. And appreciation and joy. So the first card we've got here from the lovely mirror cards from Jeff, Charlie and Lucy Little, which is, if I show you here, a powerful tool to enhance your relationship or relationships. Yeah, so this concentrates on relationships. The first card you've got is the nurture card. And it says, nurture is whatever we take in that strengthens us and helps us to grow. How well we nurture ourselves reflects how good we feel about ourselves. And this is a really important card because you've picked it, or Cece picked it, for the challenge aspect. So it's telling us that you are not nurturing yourself at the moment, and your soul, your body, your mind, your spirit is begging for some nurturing, for some TLC. Okay? Because we all need to feel cared for. But the primary source of that care should really come from ourselves. Because if you are wanting or needing it from other people, let's say your partner, and you're expecting them to feed you energy, whatever, that's all very well. But then if you're not giving to yourself and you're expecting them to give to you, then you're actually damaging your relationship, not just with yourself and with them, but with each other. And you're allowing them to become depleted energetically too. So in the long run, they might feel resentful, and it's just no good for both of you. So your primary source of nurturing and giving and TLC must come from you, first of all. And it's all right to receive love and gifts and wonderful, surprising support from other people. But like I say, it should come from you first. Okay? And so now the situation is calling for you to differentiate between what nurtures you and what doesn't. And you're asked to act upon, as well as recognize what it is that nurtures you. You're asked to act upon it then, not just know it, but act upon it. So for me, for example, oh my gosh, I love to have a massage. I love massages from my favourite spa in London. So that's a nurturing thing I can do. A freebie kind of nurturing thing is taking time out and reading a book, or you know, grabbing a nice vegan hot chocolate and drinking that, or maybe even having a glass of wine, or just taking some time out, watching my favourite film, or just, you know, maybe walking home a different route, or just going into shop and window shopping, buying myself a little treat. Those are examples of my ways of nurturing myself. What examples do you have? You know, put it in the comments, share with us and inspire other people so that we can all nurture ourselves and do it in creative and fun ways. Okay? So you're asked to get in touch with your deepest needs and to, as best as you can, supply them for yourself. And, you know, if you if you feel really deficient in that TLC, just know that you are the first person who can give that to you. All right. So, and actually, when you give to yourself, it's an even more special gift because you know exactly what you love and how you love it. So, you know what style or what kind of music to listen to. You can fulfill that need in you the best because it's you. And paradoxically, when you care for yourself genuinely, then that's when you attract a caring response from your partner or the universe or your environment. So it begins with you. So it's a real need for nurturing here. I really love this card, by the way. Look at it. It's the embryos. It's beautiful. So yeah, nurture that little vulnerable spark inside of you, your soul, and yourself. A little embryo needs a lot of nurturing. So you're vulnerable right now, and that's the message there. The next card was appreciation. So this is what you need to do as well as nurture yourself. This is your action card, and it's to appreciate everything and everyone around you. Isn't this amazing? These cards are so meditative, aren't they? You can just look at them. They're like mandalas. Sorry, I'm not speaking properly today. I'm having one of those days. But look at that. So you can meditate on that and list or journal things and people and situations that you are appreciative of. Because again, this will help with that whole nurturing energy, that you feel cared for because you realize that actually so much has been provided for and so much has been given to you. Okay, so let me see what these guys say about appreciation, just for some extra different style input. It says, have the eyes of a child and the heart of a lover. Appreciation is the heartfelt state of seeing and welcoming all that is positive in our lives. We often fail to appreciate something just because it's ours. What we have can seem worthless, while what we don't have appears far more desirable. Lack of appreciation comes from measuring our lives against one of the great illusions. The dream makers don't want us to appreciate what we have. They want us to feel dissatisfied, so we'll change it for something better, newer, smarter. They depend on the fact that we would rather live in the future and avoid staying in the present. As long as we are always looking to the next rush of adrenaline, the new toy, the new clothes, the new relationship, we can never be at peace. Happiness and contentment can only be found in the now. It's impossible to find them by looking to the future or reminiscing on what might have been. So how can you begin to appreciate what you have? By seeing what it feels like to embrace with your heart everything that you are now questioning. When did you last mentally list all the good things in your relationship? How often do you compliment your partner? And how often do you criticize? Every one of your thoughts, words, and actions serves to build your relationship, and they are your choices. They are the building blocks that make up the house of the relationship you live in. Wonderful relationships are not made in heaven. They take two people looking for the soul in one another, and hellish relationships take two people looking for the devil. Notice the way society pays great attention to finding what is wrong with things and very little to finding what is right. Look at how much more airtime is given to bad news than good. There's a common but strange belief that appreciation is somehow weak and that positive change comes only after criticism. Have you fallen into this trap of negative perception? If so, beware. You're in danger of losing the ability to glow with appreciation. In appreciating someone, you will be opening to closeness, and this will have repercussions. You may experience fear of commitment, of having chosen the wrong person, of having lowered your guard, but you may also feel a depth of loving you've never before experienced. This card is telling you to stop looking around or ahead or behind and see what is right under your nose right now. Don't let this be the case if you don't know what you've got of. Don't let this be the case of you don't know what you've got until it's gone. So there you go. That's the message for what you need to do right now. Appreciate. I've got that Joni Mitchell song in my head. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Being paradise, put up a parking lot. And there you go, there's your pink. I think it's Joni Mitchell. Am I right? Okay, and then with that, the result is joy. And do I need to explain that? It's lovely, juicy, orangey, yellowy, golden colour. That wonderful solar plexus, sunshine energy shining out of you and on you and around you. When you learn to take care of yourself with TLC and learn to appreciate yourself and others and the situation and whatever life you're living, learn to appreciate all of it, because it's all a blessing. It's either there to bless you or to serve you by teaching you a lesson, but it's all there for you. And the result of appreciating and loving yourself is pure, beautiful joy. And let's just see. Again, I'm going to refer to the book because I haven't worked with these cards a lot. And I found them the other day amidst all my books and paperwork that I was sorting out. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm resonating with these now. And so, by the way, the mirror cards are about the world reflecting back to you who you really are, whether that's good or bad, or any shade of grey in between. So that's why these are very interesting, because you see others, you see yourself in others, in your relationship with others. Okay, but that's another topic. Let's get back to joy. So joy. Give me joy in my heart, give me praising. So that's one song. And what about that Jeremiah song? Bullfrog song. I'll try and find it and put it at the end. So joy. It is far more nourishing to eat the feast of life than simply to read the menu. Joy is only possible when we surrender to the richness of the moment. The extraordinary thing about joy is how little we allow it. Yet it is so surprising when, as happy, excited children, we were so often told to be quiet or behave. No wonder we fear it will be snatched away if we let it through. So many of us suffer from the belief that we need to feel safe before we can allow ourselves to be joyful. And since relationships often don't feel safe, joy can become a distant prize to attain one day. Maybe you're questioning where the joy is in your relationship, but the chances are that this situation will be familiar to you, even from when you were single. For joy is not out there, it's in you, and it always has been. You have just shrouded it with fears and negative beliefs. Joy is the most ephemeral of feelings and only exists in the moment. Are you focusing on problems and overlooking the possibilities for pleasure that surround you in the here and now? Choose to let go of trying to figure everything out. You've never succeeded before and nothing is about to change in that direction? Then focus on something that brings you pure, simple, mindless pleasure. It may be connected to your relationship or something you do on your own. Whatever it is, engage with it completely to the exclusion of everything else. Live your enjoyment, whether it be by releasing your body in dance, gazing at something of beauty, or walking at dawn. Young children abound with joy simply because they don't feel the need to worry about the future and sort things out. This brings them solidly into the present, where they can fully experience the living moment. They jump for joy and live with joy to reach it and because of it. Underneath your shroud, the joyful child is still alive within you, waiting and wanting to be freed. It cannot be freed by anyone other than yourself. So don't waste your energy regretting the past or fearing the future. Rejoice in the here and now and free your inner child. It's really funny because I recently read for a client and this was exactly what we were talking about, just in terms of life and relationships. It was about, the way I put it, was joy and also having fun and play. So joy is that fun, playful, exuberant energy that happens when you engage with your bliss, with things that make you feel happy, or even if you're not in a happy situation, just finding the feeling of joy by appreciating everything. You know, because things don't have to be perfect for you to be joyful. Joy is a state of being that you can choose by doing the things that we talked about. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading with some new cards of mine that I've used for the first time today with you, the mirror cards. And yeah, maybe I will do a review of this pack soon and show you through all the cards in the deck. Okay, here you go. Just show you all the cards together in one go. And I'm going to wish you a wonderful, joyful time as you nurture and appreciate yourself and others. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for watching, and click like, subscribe, and check out my channel for more messages. Bye. Merry Christmas.